At last. At last. It'll be back up in a minute. But I thought, you know, I'm sitting here kind of assessing the yard and all the projects I've been working on. You can see not complete. I have several not complete, but it's still pretty. It's still peaceful. Lots and lots of growth. Look at that. That is a purple artichoke. I'm going to let it flower because I want to see what it looks like. And I've got blackberries getting close. Lots of blueberries getting very close. I need to put my netting on. And in the way back there on the fence, more blackberries. And then I've got a bluebird mommy right over there on the bird feeder. Just filled those up. So, oh, well, there she is at the top. I don't know if you can see her. But she's got houses. I've got like 3 bluebird houses back there. And look at all these blueberries over here. These are early bloomers, so I will cover them up very soon. Lots of projects here I need to get to today. I need to plant my bean seeds in that L-shaped bed. Oh, I forgot to show you the roses. Are they pretty? I need to deadhead them soon. They're about done, but yeah, so I'm sitting here in my chair. Tonto is always watching me. And I'm trying not to feel too overwhelmed at all the projects I need to do. This is just some of the backyard projects. Got a lot to do in the front by May 31st for the HOA. But look at this gorgeous collection that we worked on 3-4 weeks ago back in that corner with all those shade plants. They're looking really pretty. And there's an Asteel bee starting to bloom. So what I think today's video is going to be, because this is a project that's been on my mind too, is twofold. We're going to assess our potato experiment that we started, October of 2023. And then I need to do some cleaning up on my Greenstalks because see the 5-spot flower there? It's pretty well spent. It's just going to be too hot for it. So we need to clean up the Greenstalks and decide what to do with the potatoes. You can see the memorial area I made for Jeffrey back there. It's looking really pretty. I've changed out the flowers once. I did have white stalk in the background and they just kind of, you know, puttered out. So now they are impatiens. So let's get over here. And I don't know what to do. So I've got dieback, like, you know, it's time to harvest, but then I've also probably got some issues. We've had so much rain and cool nights. And these plants have went through freezing temperatures. They've been through 85-degree days, almost 90 days. So they've had a very long, 6 months, 7 months doing this experiment. These are my Yukon Golds. But then again, I've got all this new growth. So that makes me think, well, what should I do? Should I keep going? And then the other day I flipped this and I was looking around just to see what was going on. And there are potatoes in here. So, do I just go ahead and harvest? But some of them are really tiny. I mean, this was an experiment just for me, right? Okay, so we'll think about it. And then let's go look at the other potato bin. You see I have to cover all my strawberries. My chickmunks have returned from their winter vacation, so now they're back to eat all my tomatoes and strawberries. Had to cover him last night. I left him uncovered just a couple nights to get a lot of rain, and well, they demolished all the strawberries. Got some tomatoes here, some carrots about ready to flower. Yeah, so here we go. This is what is this? Is this Red Pontiac? So this was also planted mid to late October, and you can see there is new growth and there's a lot of slug damage. And this is the container that's warped. I had to get a replacement for Greenstalk, so I don't know. I think we're going to go ahead and harvest. But I have to show you the fairy rose. Look at how beautiful. It just started blooming in the last couple days. So when you're coming, I'm walking backwards right now, hopefully I don't trip. When you're coming in from the gate and you're walking down the walkway, your eye is kind of drawn right there. Or it will be once I get everything cleaned up. Thinking about trying some head lettuce in these containers. Okay, so that's what we need to do. We need to decide on the potatoes. I feel like let's just go ahead and harvest them. And then let's clean up these 2 green stalks here, because the strawberry one is fine. We just need to get these guys assessed because they're like part spring, part summer things. And I did take out a lot. A few weeks ago I took out the cilantro, and I took out the something else. Oh, dill. Yeah, they're both gone. And now my parsley is wanting to flower and bolt, or bolt and then flower. I don't know, I might relocate him too. Tonto's looking at me like, make a decision, but I can't. I really feel like if I let this keep going, I'll get more potatoes, especially from all the new growth. But I need this tier like 3 weeks ago. I need to put my potted pinos in here, and it's going to be the top tier here. So it's kind of messy, you know, just leaving it like this, and I can't use the chair. Okay, we're just gonna do it. So far, this is all I've gotten, but I've got a ways to go here. They're really small for the most part. There's a couple that are like, you know, a new potato size. I'm not done yet, but so far, I'm not sure if this was a good use of space. I mean, yeah, you don't grow a lot over winter, but I don't know. I don't know if it was worth the effort. But I did pull a few of these newer vines. I'm thinking if there was a way, I'm not sure how well these would transplant. Should I try to put them somewhere and do like a secondary experiment? This is one that's a new growth, recent new growth. You can see the little beginnings of potatoes, what they look like in the very young stage. Those little white globes there. So I don't know. I don't know if I would eat some of these, if I would keep some of these bigger ones to use for fall seed potatoes, what I might do. And the little bitty babies we could just put into anything we're cooking for dinner. So I'm going to keep going, and then I'm going to do the same thing with the Red Pontiac. So I've about emptied, almost. I'm going to clean this really, really well because potatoes are also in the nightshade family, and I'm going to be planting peppers in here. And I want to make sure, just in case there were any kind of disease issues, that there's nothing that could bother my peppers. You can see this is about how much soil, one level of a Greenstalk big leaf tier. Well, I don't know if it's called big leaf. It's called, I don't know what it's called, the biggest size. So that's a pretty good amount of soil. We're going to put all new, brand new potting mix in here for the peppers. This soil will get repurposed somewhere away from nightshades. And then this is it. This is all we got from that experiment that lasted 6-7 months. I would say the foliage died back twice from getting too cold a couple times. And we had a pretty mild winter this year, but we did get below freezing a few times. And these are the original seed potatoes that I planted. And they're kind of squishy, some of them. You can tell they're a different color than the new potatoes. And some are just downright gooey and gross. So that's going to conclude my Greenstalk potato experiment. Now, this is just the Yukon Gold portion. I expect that the Pontiac Red will be slightly lower productive because it had more issues with dieback during the winter. And it's not very prolific right now with growth, like all this new growth. So, yep, those are my thoughts on this winter Greenstalk potato experiment. But stay tuned. I mean, we're still working on the Greenstalks. We got work to do, so don't go away. And here is the mega harvest from the Red Pontiac. These are tiny. Obviously, the Yukon Gold fared better. So what I'm going to do is take all of these small little potatoes in the small Yukon Gold, and it's starting to get hot again here. So we've been really cool and rainy, almost like coastal weather for the last, I don't know, it seems like 2 weeks. But I've got one cabbage left over there. I may hold off on him, but definitely these broccolis. Only one has a head. The other two are still developing. But I'm going to harvest that guy because look at how wilted they are in today's heat. They're just not used to the sun and the heat because they've been kind of pampered. These brassicas the last couple of weeks, but they need to come out. This cabbage that I had talked about pulling. I'm glad I didn't because we had that cool weather. And so we can have this cabbage as well. I don't know if you can, oh, it's not a cabbage, it's cauliflower. Cauliflower. It does have one little slug damage spot, but it'll be fine. So we'll put that in the dinner tonight too. So with this tier that is slightly warped, I think I'm going to backfill it with some of this soil, give it some fresh for the, I don't know, top third half, put some bush beans in there, and just find somewhere on the deck to stick it all by itself. And then this one, we're going to put all new potting soil in, and we're going to get those potapinos planted. And there's a couple things we need to deal with on the Greenstalks. Like the lettuce is probably about had it. All of those 5 spots. They are still cute though. I don't know. I need to go get my seeds, and we will take care of this too. Our jalapeno, which are these guys right here. These little potapinos. I have 3, so I'll put 3 in that tier, and I'm going to do 3 marigolds. I did decide to try chicken hens in my Greenstalk this year. See how it does. And this is new Big Dwarf. And I wanted to show you something. Yeah, so this is my New Zealand spinach. And I think that he actually regrew from the root that was left from last year. So now that's great. I don't have to replant. And this tier will be done in just a few seconds. So let me put some dirt here, soil, and fill this up, and I'll show you what they look like. 90% sure these are pansy seedlings. That's what they look like to me, although my app tells me it's like 3 other different things. But I'm going to go with pansy and save them for now. And I got the peppers planted. I think they'll do fine. I expect they'll kind of trail a little bit down, and hopefully the marigolds will perk up. They've been living in that little cell container for quite a while, waiting and waiting and waiting on me. So this Greenstalk is completely done. I think we're going to hold off. I don't feel like cleaning all that lettuce today and working on this one. So I accomplished getting the peppers and marigolds planted. I went through the 2 tiers of potatoes, and I feel like I got a lot done. So I'm going to be happy with that. And I'm not going to try to grow potatoes in a Greenstalk tier probably anymore, unless it's not during the winter time. Maybe if I had started those potatoes late February, early March, maybe it would have been a better outcome. And I'm just going to conclude that potato Greenstalk experiment and be happy with the information I gathered. So I hope you guys are having a great gardening week and you're getting lots done, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.